What's up, guys? Back for episode 7 of the Generational Run. I'm Dylan. This is my dad.
What's going on, everybody?
We've got some good
This will be a
stuff
fun
to talk
one.
about today. This is going to be a fun one because
This
we
will
got
be
a
a real
ranking.
fun.
We got a ranking at the end that we're going to do. I have a review and maybe some other like news talk. Did you see? Apparently, the second Spider-Man trailer is coming out next week. Have you seen that at all?
No, I haven't seen it, but I heard.
You've heard about it.
Yeah,
though?
I've heard it was coming out. Yeah.
I saw something yesterday about it's like a 2-minute and 36-second trailer. I guess just a second one that's supposed to come out. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not a huge fan of really too many trailers. You know, I kind of like to be more surprised when I watch something. I felt like the first one we got was kind of plenty. You know, I felt like it was cool seeing Punisher and keeping Sadie Sink anonymous. And you know, seeing The Hand was cool, and all the remake comic book panels and all that were cool. But I just don't like seeing a lot. I like being kind of surprised.
And there's all that mystery if they're doing something like you know, with Andrew and Toby and stuff, you know, that they're kind of wiping out certain scenes, you know, taking people out. Like you didn't see Toby and them swinging, you know, and
you mean
No Way Home and stuff. You didn't see them, you know, they didn't show that. It was all, and so that's why everybody is, when they see Spidey jumping at the Hand, they like, think that, and of course everybody thinks it's
Daredevil.
You know, because of the prison and all that, which, dude, the math adds up. You know?
I mean, it does.
And it's his New York, because we know that Charlie Cox's Daredevil is
in
obviously
in New York. I think it adds up too much to where they can't afford not to do that, you know. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. There's pictures that not leaked, they were intentionally posted, but of John Bernthal like with an AR just mowing people down. It looks like in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's in the back. Yeah, and I hope it's one of those, because you know the cartoon shows of Spidey, man, you always see him trying to like hold back Wolverine. He's always trying to be this kind of voice of
like the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. He's always trying to be that little voice of reason. But man, you ain't gonna stop Wolverine, and you're not gonna
stop John Frank.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop Frank.
So.
Frank's Frank.
So
he's gonna murder a whole orphanage. I mean, you know.
But there's also a picture. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a picture of like Spider-Man working on his computer with MJ, and people are thinking it's like, you know, he's tweaking his web shooters, and they think it has something to do with. I saw something about like gamma web shooters or something, maybe plotting, you know, fighting Savage Hulk or something. I don't know. You know, it's all speculation, but it's cool to see those pictures that are, you know, just screenshots from the movie. But yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to see anything new Spider-Man, but like sometimes too many trailers is just too many, or just I'm cool with one, you know. Yeah. Let me see some cool stuff. Tease me a little bit with what's going to be in there, what's not going to be in there. Let the speculations and the rumors happen. Because that's like the funnest part about like waiting for a movie is just rumors, man. I mean, the Andrew and Toby rumors, like, dude, I would, it'd be like the last thing I'd think about going to bed. The first thing I'd wake up thinking about is like, are these guys going to be in the movie? And that's like the fun part of it. And, you know, obviously they probably more than likely won't show Daredevil in the trailer, but, you know, they're going to keep it they're going to keep it until they show show the movie. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm so excited nonetheless. I was going to say,
did you see the new Supergirl?
No.
New Supergirl trailer.
What? No.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Do you see Lobo more? Or
no? Well, there's like a little. I don't want to say there's been a couple more, because there was one where you saw a little bit more Lobo. Now a lot of people are freaking out because Lobo is going to be one of those, like, you know, I think at first that was kind of what people were fearful about Frank, that he was just going to be like 10 minutes, you know, 15 minutes, a good action sequence, and then he's gone, you know. And I think that's what they were thinking about Lobo, but I don't know. I hope not. I will tell you, the more I see him as Lobo, I get a little, oh man, please, man, I hope they do it right, you know.
I mean, yeah, but
I mean, you know,
and I think I talked about this with someone the other day. Lobo is like the biggest fan cast for Jason Momoa, ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and not even just for him, but I think he's one of the most accurate that they could have done.
Yeah.
But the other thing is like, I also heard online that like he only filmed for like a week or two, and so they're thinking he's only going to get like 20 minutes.
That's
maybe.
What I'm saying.
And
we're going to get one action sequence on that planet.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you cast someone so perfect for something that they've been meant for, and then like you give them 20 minutes? I don't want to. I think we're past the whole like, oh, they're only going to tease him and set him up later in the future. I think we're like past all that, dude. Just give people what they want, and I think everyone's wanted Momoa's Lobo for like forever now.
Some of the like on Krypton, the show Krypton, he was on there, but he was kind of nerfed. I think that there's been some now the DC animated. I mean, man, it's great. Lobo is exactly what you want him to be. He basically wiped out his whole entire planet. He killed all of his own people and stuff. And so, the dude goes toe to toe in that younger Superman show. I mean, they go toe to toe, so Lobo's no joke. So hopefully they'll do it right. I don't know.
Yeah.
The more I've seen though, this Supergirl, I ain't going to lie, man. She's basically, it looks like her dog got hurt. Crypto got hurt.
What?
And she's trying to find, I guess, maybe an antidote or something like that for it. I don't know.
Is that what this most recent trailer kind of felt like it was about?
Well, I think even the trailer before that was kind of indicating more towards something like that. Like she's got to figure out how to treat Crypto, because I think the main baddie shoots him with something. I don't know. Everybody, man, and I've seen those pictures. Everybody is coming down on Millie Alcock, for, I guess, her looks as Supergirl. I don't know, man.
Why?
I mean, because it's the internet and it's 2026.
Yeah, I think she looks fine.
And it's haters. The suit looks fantastic.
I think the suit looks great.
Suit looks great.
But like, she's just a blonde, like a taller blonde girl.
Well, when you're in action scenes, I'll even tell you what I think specifically, because they had an action scene where her hair is like all blown and her face is kind of crimped up because she's getting hair blown in, and it's not a flattering pic, but nobody's it don't matter who you are and how beautiful you are. You got wind in your face and you're trying to do an action pic, dude, you ain't gonna look like runway ready,
right?
Yeah. I mean, so
that's a dumb thing to complain about.
I know. Yeah, it's dumb. It's pretty
people on the internet blow me away, dude, with things that they complain about, and like, I don't know. That's a really stupid thing to complain about.
Yeah.
I think she looks fine though. I think when everyone saw her in Superman, everyone they went crazy about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knew. Did you know that was going to be Millie Alcock or whatever at that time, or
no?
I don't know if anyone really knew. I mean, I don't know, unless you like were surfing Reddit pages finding like.
Yeah, because she's doing, and I think they just got done in the next season of. Oh man, I don't know, the spin-off show of Game of Thrones. Millie's in there.
Return of the Dragon, or House of the Dragon. Return of the Dragon. Is that the Bruce Lee movie?
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, something like that.
I think something.
So, yeah.
That's a Bruce Lee.
Enter the Dragon. Yeah.
No, House. I got it.
But I don't know if she's in that or not. I started. And those Game of Thrones, all those, man, I love that stuff.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know if she's in it or not. Who knows? I mean, they kill people so fast in these shows. I don't know who's still alive on.
I started that first season of House of the Dragon, but I didn't. And I guess it's like a sequel or prequel. Yeah, and I never watched Game of Thrones. That was never really my thing, but I started it and it was cool, but it was nothing that could get me like hooked or anything like that. But
you need to watch that Knights of the Seven Kingdoms or something like that. That little short run spinoff with it is, I think that is even before
House of the Dragon.
Wow. And it is awesome. And really? If you got to follow the lore and all that, because there's the lineage of this knight, what they call a hedge knight, which is basically like my gathering is that it's like you never came from like royalty or something like that, maybe, or something, I don't know, something like that, because they have certain names. It's like ghetto knight. You don't have all the king lineage and all the relatives that were knights, I guess. I don't know, but you got to watch that, dude. It's super good. They're about to roll out season 2 of that too, so it's good.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I need to watch that Supergirl trailer though.
How's your Invincible coming?
It's good. That was gonna be something I talked about today, but I don't know if I want to or not, because I mean I'm close to being done with. Well, I guess I'm halfway done. I've finished season 2 the other day. So I don't know if I should talk about it. I might just wait and talk about them all as a whole. Just because it is, as everyone says it is phenomenal. It's incredible. You know, probably some of the best superhero TV we've ever seen, especially in terms of animation. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'll probably just wait and give like my full synopsis
cool.
when I finish.
Yeah.
And then they're easy. Notes. They're 8 episodes a season. I banged out season 1 in like 2-3 days. I mean, it's such an easy watch, but it's such a fun watch, and so it just kind of sucks you in. And I finished season 2 the other day. But yeah, I'm gonna finish the show first, and then I'll give kind of like my full review on it. But you know, so far good, it's great. Good. It's been what everyone says it is.
You know, I even was starting to watch some of the old stuff again, and I'm going to tell you why. But I got kind of motivated. Like I watched, actually, I binged all of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's a great show, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered a good bit, but at the same time, I was still like excited to see certain things and the little girl that plays Leia and all that. I thought that show was good. Maybe people can chime in on that, what their thoughts are. I thought it was good. And then I started Ahsoka again. So I'm some of these little side shows.
Just getting refreshed on.
Yeah, just to get refreshed on everything. Because, I started doing that. And I don't want to go off too much of a tangent of this, but I would like to get your thoughts. So I saw a really good video the other day, and this girl got on there, and it got me so pumped up because she's talking about, you get a lot of criticism on comic book movies, and you get a lot of criticism on this, on these type of movies and everything. And, they call it that fatigue. Everything now has fatigue at the end if it's getting worn out.
Fatigue.
But, dude, there is, and I agree so much. And anybody can, I'll go toe-to-toe with anybody on this. Dude, there's no superhero fatigue.
I don't think so either.
There's no superhero fatigue one single bit. I'll say that. You're always going to have bad writing. You're going to have people that are going to, complain about this and that. But, dude, they're just fun, ridiculously fun movies. If you're sitting there, and again, maybe I'm just the dummy, but if you're sitting there pulling that thing apart, man, and they start saying fatigue, dude, let me tell you. The Godfather got bad reviews. I could tell you 20 different, Scarface, one of the most iconic cultural movies that everybody to knows about, even if it's just down to that say hello to my little friend line, it was something that was iconic, and a lot of the critics hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think about that during that time, though, where you had critics that were, I guess, basically getting paid to critique movies and stuff. Like Siskel and Ebert had a show. These two guys, they sat in a movie theater and they sat there and showed previews and things, and then they just talked about a movie, for however long and stuff.
Right.
And they would shred it, or they would, or they would love it, whatever the case, may be. But I look at that, and again, I think it's something that you and I have talked about before. So many people have, so many people now have an avenue to just voice their ridiculousness. And then sometimes, there's so much out there and people sometimes let that stick. And then you get people think, maybe there is too many. I don't know. The girl that was talking about it was so passionate and kind of like, yeah, you're right. There's,
she making sense.
Made total sense, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of share that because it really kind of changed, I think these movies and the characters and so many, you're going to have, we even Morbius, man, at one point was kind of fun,
right?
And if you know about Morbius and things like that, there's going to be twists I think
it's funny you say that because you actively fell asleep in Morbius.
I actively fell asleep.
Me, you, and Michael, a buddy of ours, we went and saw it, and it was like me, Michael, and then Dad, and then like we're like 45 minutes in, or maybe even an hour. It doesn't really matter, but there's just a scene going on, and all you hear is and dude, me and Michael looked over, and
just gone.
And this is the thing too, and I know this is silly, but I'm partially joking, but my dad, having the knowledge that he has, if my dad falls asleep during a Marvel movie, any movie really, but a Marvel movie especially, that's part of how I judge before I watch it. Like, do I even need to watch this? Because
I gave it 5 snores.
Yeah, and that kind of gives it that lets me know how the movie really went. But back to back to your fatigue thing. I definitely agree to an extent. I think with superhero movies, it's different because with any franchise, there will be a slump.
Sure.
Bad movies will be made, and people will use those bad movies to paint this narrative that, oh, Marvel is in shambles.
Yeah.
DC is in shambles, which realistically the DC has been in shambles for a while because of how, poor the movies have been. And they let that they sit with that and they resonate with that, and they let that kind of form their opinion that that there is superhero fatigue or whatever. And I'm like, even so, any Marvel movie with Avengers in the title is guaranteed $1 billion. So you can say that there's fatigue all you want, but don't act like you're not going to be in that front seat on Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
So when Doomsday comes out. So don't sit there and and sit there and say that there's superhero fatigue and all these movies are bad and all this stuff, because we know darn well that when Avengers Doomsday comes out, you will buy those tickets and you will be there. So it's like, to an extent, I get it, but I really just see these franchises just going through slumps, which is normal. Like no franchise has ever made just an absolute perfect, run of movies that have zero flaws. There are problems, and everyone has their opinions on things, and everyone views and likes movies for different reasons. So just because one person is going online hating this movie because of all of these reasons, these could be the reasons that this person over here loves it. That doesn't mean that there's fatigue because this one person spoke out on it and it's like, this is bad for this reason. Now, there are movies where, the general consensus would be like, okay, this was bad, but that's fine. It happens. And Marvel has plenty of bad movies, but that doesn't mean that that there's Marvel fatigue because of that. I just think slumps happen, rebuilds happen, and it just happens. I mean, I know the DCU has struggled for a while. I know they only have a few really decent movies, while the rest are pretty bad. But I mean, I still think everyone is going. Everyone before Superman came out, DC hadn't put out really anything good other than Blue Beetle, which was pretty good. And then even The Flash got mixed reviews, but a lot of people like The Flash. So, I mean, a majority of their stuff was still pretty bad, but Superman still made $800 million? It made a ton of money. So, I mean, as much as you want to sit there and say that there's superhero fatigue, people are always going to go see those movies. They're still going to see always going to see those movies. Yeah, especially, them summer blockbusters. Right. Nothing was like that. And as the old man, I always look back, when we're talking about critics and things, man, I can remember even to the point the Thursday, Friday night, you open up the newspaper. A lot of folks out there, man, will attest to this. And then there was, the movie times, and they had, it was essentially miniature versions of the movie poster with the times at the theater and stuff. Say, for instance, if it was here, when we used to have the World newspaper, Cinemark, here's what's showing at the Cinemark, here's what's showing the AMC. And it would give you the times, but it would have the little miniature. Man, dude, I'm going to tell you what, that was some of the best, man. Oh, what are we going to go see? Let's go, let's see what we're going to see. Yeah. And then, they would have some little critic things there. And what I'm saying, and starting with all of that, is just that, then you go and watch it, and then you basically talk about it on the way home. And then you might hear a few people critique it. I know some of the major, New York Times, and probably some of the, I don't know, you had your publications and people that were very limited, but now, man, it's and this too, everything is it pays to hate is really what it comes down to. Yeah. And so, I think that there is a lot of just unneeded, and it's hard to really hear honest feedback. I think on movies anymore. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. I'll speak briefly about this. I went and saw, and I'll keep it spoiler free, but I went and saw Obsession last weekend.
Oh yeah.
It truly is such a good. It's a great movie, but it kind of feels like it's a breath of fresh air in terms of a horror movie. Because it just kind of felt different. It felt new.
Gotta have better ideas, man. Yeah.
We gotta. Insidious 7 coming out or something
Let me guess, a demon.
Yeah. But no, it was great. I don't know if you know, but the director is 26.
Yes, I saw a redheaded guy. Yeah.
He's from Mobile. He's from here in Alabama, and the budget was $750,000, and it made $100 million. From, I guess, probably that Thursday night, opening night, all the way until now. It's the largest, I'm going to butcher this. I want to say they said it's the largest grossing low budget film in 20 years. I don't know what the last movie was, but I think 20 years was the number. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. But yeah, I mean, 750K to over 100 million, man. And just there's just so much about it that was just so fun and different. And it wasn't even like it was, it's not a paranormal movie. So the route that they took with it, without there being demons and paranormal stuff and all this, it was just so different, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was great. It was great. I think I gave it on Circle Ranks. Circle Ranks is an app where you can rate movies, kind of similar to other ones out there, but it gives you more of a decimal scaling. I think I gave it like an 8.5, 8.8, which is pretty high for like a horror movie. Because typically horror movies are kind of up in the air. They're never really like 9, 10 out of 10 movies. They're kind of just fun, adrenaline rush type of movies. But no, Obsession was great.
Dude, blew away The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Obsession took in 5.6 million on Wednesday versus Mando's 4.2 million and now sits 73.5 million after 13 days in theaters.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You know what I thought? A movie that I thought would probably, I just always wonder how good that first Terrifier did, because that wasn't the real big budget one that I understand. I don't know enough about it.
Just look it up real quick while we're talking about it. Look up Terrifier 1. Look up Terrifier 1 box office. I'm kind of interested to see what comes up.
Because
those movies are bad.
Dude.
Those movies are awful.
Dude.
And I'm all
grown man giving me nightmares, dude. Some of that stuff, man.
I've never been a huge fan of. I don't like gore one, but I also don't like slaughter movies with no plot where it's just gore and it's just a slasher type of movie, and I don't think those are interesting in the slightest. If you like that, good for you. But like, I just think those are really bad movies.
Oh, see, look at this. I opened. Sorry about that. I opened Box Office Mojo. You can finagle that and see what you think. But yeah.
I'm having trouble.
Yeah, I know that. Maybe that's a weird.
Because this is saying Terrifier 3 lifetime gross 53 million. Terrifier 2 lifetime gross 10 million. And then it's saying the first Terrifier 339,000. That just doesn't seem right to me.
I thought it would be a lot more. Maybe I'm way off base. Yeah.
I thought the first one was so. The first one was very monumental because it was kind of, I guess, new-ish.
Yeah, it was
newer slasher. I mean, and he's like he was a brand new like horror icon in a sense in that time where it's like Art the Clown. He was in Call of Duty, like he was in a bunch of stuff. Everywhere. Yeah. So he was brand new. So I thought the first one with how monumental and how big he was. 339,000 is weird.
Yeah.
I know the second and third one they tried to do a little bit more, like they try to add some lore to it.
Well, yeah, like the demonic lore and different things like that. Yeah.
I think they tried giving characters backstory too. I don't know. I just not my thing. Not my thing. I mean, I was never a huge fan of it.
No.
But Obsession was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And I think if when it comes out on streaming, if you want to wait to watch it, then definitely just watch it. But if you guys want to go to the movies and check it out, it'll probably be out for another like 3 weeks. But it's super good. It's really good.
What's better, Obsession or Weapons?
That's good.
Weapons is my big horror movie I loved it. Man.
Did you really? I thought it was great too. Great. But oh man, that's such a good question. I think I'm gonna have to go with, and it might just be recency bias, but I think I might just go Obsession, because I'm taking into account just how phenomenal they pulled that off with such little money in comparison to like bigger franchises. I mean, what they did with what they were given, and these like actors that like really no one had heard of. I mean, the acting was tremendous. I think Indy Neveretti is the main girl actor in it.
Yeah.
And she absolutely crushed it.
I hated her in Superman, but I'm sure she was good.
I didn't know she was in Superman until you pointed that out. But dude, oh my gosh. And even the dude, oh my God, I think Michael Johnston or something. Yeah, me neither.
I've never seen him before.
He was great. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Obsession. I still love Weapons. I thought Weapons was great and very original. And the dude that did Weapons, he actually did the new Resident Evil that's coming out. Have you seen that trailer for Resident Evil?
No, I think we talked about that last time too. I have not. I mean, there's been now a pretty decent handful of revamps on Resident Evil. So
yeah,
I haven't seen it though.
But the trailer to it looks wicked. But I think his name is Zachary Clegger or something. But the guy that he did Barbarian. I don't know if you remember that. Me and Lance and another buddy, I can't remember. I think it was Zach. We went and saw Barbarian when it came out, and that movie was wicked. Super weird. But
I still haven't seen that. I still haven't seen Hereditary either. And
dude, I'm gonna be honest. Ever since I was a junior in high school, I was such a Hereditary hater. I
remember you having some bad comments about it.
I tried to watch it, and I kept turning it off because it was so. It was just uninteresting to me, and I didn't find it scary. And then I saw just hundreds of reviews from other people online that are like that's their number one scary movie. And I'm like, how? Like, I just don't get it. So I think I'm wrong. I think I'm in the minority. I think I'm wrong. I think I need to give it one more rewatch, thug it out all the way through. Maybe we should do that sometime. We should watch it. I should come over and we should just watch it.
Yeah.
Because I really do think I'm just wrong and other people are right. And maybe it is terrifying and I just need to give it another shot.
Yeah.
Because I've just been so negative on it.
Yeah, I got it. I get it.
But yeah, I do want to watch it.
I went ahead and just pushed this in. It says Terrifier's budget was $35,000 to $55,000.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And then box office was only $421,798.
Well, that's a huge W, I guess.
Yeah,
but golly, dude.
Yeah.
You can pull out alone, and we can pull out alone and go do. We can make a movie or something like with those numbers. Dadgum.
Anyway,
I thought it was way more.
I thought it was way more too, dude.
That's wild.
But that's
How
again
did the
just
third one make $53 million, but the one that started it all, that pushed him to be the icon that he is, it did $400,000.
Okay, Terrifier 2 grossed $15.8 million.
Yeah, what a jump!
So they saw art and said, "Man, we love this guy."
Like what?
Keeps on chicks in half, dude.
Yeah, dude. I guess.
And then let's just go and just see what it is. And then
the part that made me laugh the most, and I'm pretty sure this is from the first one, but the part that made me laugh the most is because I watched the first one and like you don't really I don't think in the whole first movie you get any really paranormal entity
until the very
end where he's in the bag because he's quote unquote dead. And then when he came out and I think killed that doctor or scientist or whatever, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I was like, and then obviously that sets up the second one because it's like, oh, this guy can't die. You know, it's just like a Michael Myers situation.
Or Jason. That's what I was about to say, man. Yeah. It's almost like they're giving a little homage to the slashers of the 80s where, man, you know, even the newest ones, dude, he was surrounded.
When he's in the
Michael was surrounded, dude. Surrounded by a bunch of people and still just solos every single person in the street.
Yeah.
You know, but the supernatural side of it, just like Jason, man. I mean, you couldn't get, So, I mean, I know it's the fun part about it, but it's just funny.
It is funny.
Terrifier 3 made $90.3 million. So,
I guess there's a market for that. I don't know.
Dude. And I heard that 3, isn't that the one with Santa?
Yes, that's the trailer Claus? Where he like comes down the...
Oh my God,
the trailer was just like, no way he kills his kid, right?
Dude,
like,
I mean, you got to take a bath in holy water, dude. After you watch that,
he watches the trailer and is like, "Yo, this is it." I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Anyway,
good
stuff.
That was good talk. You want to get to cartoons?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's do it. So these are our top 10 cartoons that we grew up with. Obviously, ours are going to be pretty different because of our eras. But I think we might have a couple similar ones because my dad really loved some of the stuff that I grew up watching. This was very hard to make. This was very hard to make. I know for you, it's
up to this point, really this has been the hardest list
to make.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It really has.
We did a top 10 with 3. I did 3 honorable mentions. Dad said he has like 20 something.
Can't help it, man.
I know you've seen a lot, but I am going to. I don't want to. I'm not. I think last time we talked way too much on each one. But
we can give you. Do we want to do your 10 and then my 10? We give a little quick minute little thing on it, and then we go to your 9, my 9. Do we want to do it like that?
Yeah, because we didn't. Yeah, last time we just did. Last time we did my straight 10, your straight 10.
That's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I'm down.
We could switch it up. We could switch it up and
because this won't be hard to give a quick, brief sort of summary.
You're
things, right. Of each one of these.
Let's do. We'll just do each other's
straight 10.
Straight 10. Go ahead. I think when we do movies, like if we were to rank a phase of Marvel movies, or if we did something where we are ranking 10, let's say we're ranking 10 of the same thing, right? But ours are going to be in different order. Then we could do back and forth. Mm-hmm. But if we're doing 10 completely different things that we don't know what we're going to say, it makes more sense just for to do 10 straight. Yeah. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Nope, go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yep.
All right. I got 3 honorable mentions. I'm not going to touch on them too much. One of them is Danny Phantom. I loved that show growing up. Dude, it was so fun.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I always thought Danny Phantom was super cool. He was like just a different type of almost superhero for that time, I guess. Animation was great. Same guy that did Fairly Odd Parents. He's awesome.
And I love that. The way they do the parents and all of those, dude. The parents are the funniest. Characters.
My other honorable mention, I always thought it was hilarious, was Johnny Test. I loved Johnny Test growing up. I thought it was funny.
Okay, I remember
Bling
that.
Bling Boy was hilarious. Dookie, his dog, was always so funny. I don't know.
The twin sisters were funny.
Oh, the twin sister, like scientist sisters, they were always funny too. But I always thought it was great. And then my third honorable mention is the original cartoon when they're older, of Teen Titans.
I got that in mind.
So good, dude. Yeah. So good.
Yeah, such good story. And obscure characters. They, you saw some of these.
Was awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Even just the romance between Robin and Starfire was just just great. I don't know. I loved it. All right, so here's my top 10. Oh, my number 10, I've got I meant to flip these two. My number 10, I have Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, dude.
I thought Phineas and Ferb was great. I thought it was fun.
I mean, granted, it was one of the best ones at that time for Disney, and everybody loved it and everything. And you remember the Marvel crossover and all that stuff, but
there was always funny questions too. People would say, like, who wins in a fight, Phineas and Ferb with prep time, and then they would just pick some obscure, like, hero or villain or something.
All I loved was when the sister would try to complain and tell the parents, and then they
just didn't give a rip. But I mean, it was just fun for its time, and I always thought it was super good. Each episode was funny. Obviously, Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus's dynamic was hilarious. It was just funny, dude. I don't know. I just always enjoyed it. But yeah, number 9, I have Flapjack. I think that's a sleeper. I think people sleep on Flapjack. I think him and Captain Knuckles working together were hilarious, dude. And then Bubby the Whale. I mean, and then the whole show was them trying to get to Candy Island, dude, and just
hey, Captain.
the art, the eeriness and the art of the show was so bizarre. But
when they would zoom in, it would be all like barnacled up. All that. Yeah.
So funny. Dude, I think that show.
I forgot all about it.
Show's hilarious, dude.
And great.
It got cut off too early. I don't know how many seasons it really had, but I watched it a ton as a kid. But I think they just didn't do as much as they should have with it. But I love that show.
Yeah.
Number 8. And I know this sounds vague, but man, my top 8 were so hard. A lot of them could be flipped around, but my number 8 is The Amazing World of Gumball. Just such that's the humor for that show at that age was funny, but when you grow up and you watch it when you're older, there's still so many funny references that you didn't get back then, and the art animation and the way that they'd make the characters' faces look, and some of the things that Gumball and Darwin would say, their dialogue. There's just so many funny things in that show and character interactions that I loved. It was so fun to watch, and I thought it was hilarious.
When they were trying to sneak into the Tyrannosaurus Rex's house and steal something, they were trying to do something. I can't remember what it was. Dude, that owned me.
Yeah, that show is hilarious. Number 7 is Chowder. Chowder is one of my favorites of all time.
Rada.
I think that show doesn't get nearly as talked about or as much love as it deserves.
Among greatest.
Just
Would I?
Yeah. When Mung and him go to the bank.
Yeah.
Or was it Schnitzel?
No, Schnitzel and him.
Was it Schnitzel and him at the bank?
Yeah.
Dude.
Because when he's licking the lollipop, Schnitzel standing there and spits just flashing.
the chainsaw noise. Yeah. Or do you remember the... Oh, wait, this might not have been from Chowder. This might have been from something else. The chainsaw sound effect always got me in cartoons. I don't know if you remember, but there was like a cartoon I watched where, and I can't remember what it was. And if you could find it, please show me, but or say it in the comments. But there was a cartoon where they were playing ping pong, and someone hit the ping pong so hard.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was like that Cubs. They were like Girl Scouts.
It cut the thing in half and went, but it like zigged or something. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what it's the Amy Poehler did the voice of the girl.
Oh, I don't know. I still don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
let me. I'll even look it up. Go ahead with your list.
But yeah, dude, I don't know why the chainsaw sound effect. Maybe it started with Chowder. I don't know, but it was so funny. My number 6 is Gravity Falls. I love Gravity Falls. I think it has a lot. You know, when you're watching it as a kid, there's a lot of these that you watch as a kid and you don't really understand. But
the Mighty Bee.
The Mighty Bee. Yep.
Because she had that
lisp
or
whatever.
Little lisp. Yeah, dude. Mighty Bee, dude.
Yep. That's a sleeper too. That was funny. That was a good show.
Yeah,
but,
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. I think the Gravity Falls lore is deeper than you as a kid. You have no idea. But I told someone the other day, dude, I'm like, Gravity Falls, man, people don't get it as a kid, but when you watch it again when you're older, you know, yeah, it's Dipper and Mabel fighting these paranormal creatures or whatever, but then when that one episode hit at the end, when Grunkle Stan types in the code to the vending machine and like walks downstairs and leaves you on this cliffhanger, you're like, bro, what? Like when I watched that older, I'm like, wait, there might be some lore here. And I thought it was a really fun, you know, deeper type of cartoon that you don't realize at that age, but rewatching it, you're like, yo, like this is fun. Like this is great. And they easily could have continued it.
I just like that little fat rich kid, man. He was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember his name. Gideon.
Yes. So funny. He was funny. He had that thick Southern accent with a bolo. Yeah. He was funny. My number 5 is Teen Titans Go. Such a funny cartoon. I don't understand. I've seen people hate it online. I think you're crazy. I think the references that they make are awesome. Another kind of animation style where, you know, they kind of go crazy with it. They show some realism and the sound effects.
Dude, baby hands.
Yeah, baby hands is a classic. There's so many TikToks and memes on just so many different episodes. Where they reference people.
Check us out, fool.
They even had Stan Lee in an episode one time. And they're like, Stan Lee? And dude, it's just, the references are so funny. They are so funny. And when they do them right, dude, it's just, and they even there was one with, I can't remember, it was one with Batman, where Batman's in it, and he's getting mugged in an alley or something, and they just completely ignore him and walk away or something. Dude, I can't remember, but there's just so many funny things in that show, and I think it's great. I think that's such an overhated, but also like an overlooked cartoon. I think it's phenomenal.
That took a lot of cojones too, man, to make a show like that after they already made the other one that's more serious, even though there was a lot of humor in that one, but it was still, you know, I mean, and they went through the whole Terra and Deathstroke, you know, all of that thing. That's a huge story and all that, but all, you know, so after they had that serious run and then they come back with this, I mean, I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Number 4. My number 4, and man, honestly, this one could switch with 3. This one's pretty interchangeable. My number 4 is the original Ben 10. I
knew that was going to be in yours. I knew.
Yeah, that was one that really started my love for cartoons, and that one really started it all for me. Obviously, I had every Omnitrix that ever came out on the market at one point in life, dude.
Yep.
Even my Apple Watch. This is stupid, but like my Apple Watch, I paid $5 for like in the App Store for an Apple Watch thing where you can like, it actually makes the noise and you can twist it and all that. It was really cool. But yeah, Ben 10 is just phenomenal. I think the concept of it was so original. It was so different. You know, Accelerate, you know, my papa and I, we would watch it all the time, and Accelerate was always me and papa's like favorite alien. But yeah, dude, just so good. We even had a game on the Wii, I think, at one point.
Yeah, we did. That was one of the main games. I think that was I think we got that game at the Christmas time when we got the Wii.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Because you could be the Vine. What was the who was the Vine guy?
Oh gosh,
I know. Yeah, there's so many.
Wasn't Swampfire, was it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, super cool, super unique, and it was so much fun. I loved that show. My top 3. My number 3, Adventure Time.
Ooh,
I loved Adventure Time. I think it was one of those zany, obscure randomness cartoons that it was just one of those Cartoon Network where it's in the conversation. It's not number 1, and you don't know what my number 1's going to be when I say it, but Adventure Time it was so fun. It was one of those, like I said, zany and obscure. The comedy with timing was very good for that show, with things that people would say at certain times. Jake was funny.
The lemon prince, the lemon headed guy. He was so obnoxiously irritating, but he was hilarious.
But he was funny. Adventure Time.
And of course, the Ice King. He was funny.
Of course, him and his I always forget his penguin's name. Gunter. Gunter. I love that show.
Dude, that's so good.
That just made that was one of my these top 3 made my childhood. My number 2 is SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. I think it's a classic. I think if it's not in your top 10, then you're wrong.
I mean,
I think it's just a staple of a cartoon. The memes, the references. There's pictures in SpongeBob that go with any real world scenario in terms of like comedic relief. There's always going to be a still shot or a screenshot of SpongeBob that will relate to a real world situation. I mean, it is just in terms of like I said, comedic relief. It's just such a funny show. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the memes are hilarious. Him and Patrick are just, I mean, that's one of the best duos of all time.
I mean, the band one is still one of the best.
The band episode when they're at the Super Bowl is just, is mayonnaise an instrument? Like, it's so dumb, but it's so funny. It's just, it is genuinely one of the greatest cartoons of all time.
Stood the test of time, man. I mean, good night. What, 20, 30 years?
Yeah,
30?
97. 90, early
40 years?
Mid-90s, yeah. It's up there, dude.
Dude, crazy.
And it's just probably one, if not it's one of the most rewatchable cartoons ever, where you could just put it on and just have a good time. It's great. And then my number 1.
Let me guess.
Nope.
All right, go ahead.
Actually, my number 1 greatest cartoon of all time. I don't care what anybody says. It's hilarious. It's zany. It's different, and it is just truly the greatest cartoon that's ever been made. Do you want to guess? What is it?
Regular Show.
Regular Show. That's it. It is the greatest cartoon ever made. I mean, just the characters and how they interact, how funny that they are. Mordecai and Rigby are arguably the greatest duo of all time. And the memes online with dude, there's so many funny AI images of like the world ending, and then there's just like, dude, Benson's gonna be pissed. Like, dude, there's so funny. Many funny things that just come from the show, and it's truly phenomenal. It is amazing.
That Meat Canyon skit.
Oh, when Benson's telling him to twist his knob and all that.
That's it. Easy, slow. There you go. Now chew it up. That's crazy as I'll get it is,
but Regular Show is phenomenal. Okay. So that's my top 10. My number 1 is Regular Show. It's my top 10. So pretty good 10. Good, not bad.
All right, lock and load, because man, here comes a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
All right, so some honorable mentions. Now I'm going to go through a lot of these, and I'm doing them. I'm going to hit every one of them. I don't really have to say a whole lot, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so bear with me. So some honorable mentions. You talked about SpongeBob, but one, even though it's got its adult kind of things to it, dude. I mean, South Park is legendary.
Right.
South Park legendary.
It's hilarious.
Okay. These are not in any absolute, dating or age order. But one of my honorable mentions, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I mean, if you're making...
That's an honorable mention?
That's not in my top 10.
Oh, my...
Wait till you hear my 10. You're going to love my 10. Gosh. But as far as personal, He-Man, I would watch it, but it wasn't one of those that got me, like super fired up. And it was what it was. Another kind of an adult show, The Venture Brothers. A lot of you guys might know that. It's
Never heard
hilarious. It's kind of got a little bit of a Johnny Quest, but it's got a lot of humor, a lot of adult humor, and they play it on Adult Swim. But I used to watch that all the time, and it's hilarious. Another one, a lot of my older folks, my Gen X and everything, classic Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Classic Looney Tunes, man. Yeah. Dude, the staple, Porky Pig, and let me be honest, and there's been videos and reels that I've seen of, hey, Looney Tunes did not age well, them cracking on a pig with a speech impediment and all of the different things that came along with that. And oh man, but that was something that I grew up on. The Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. Just all of that. You can't mention or think of cartoons
without thinking of
that. Right. And the thing is I come from that Saturday. So here's the big thing. Kids today and kids for the last however many years, you guys had so much open free reign on just whatever cartoon you guys wanted to watch. So I don't know if that was necessarily good versus when I was growing up, you anticipated that Saturday morning, man. You were just chomping at the bit. You'd get up at 7:30, get some breakfast, 8 o'clock to about noon. You were just locked into your Saturday morning cartoons, and that's what also made you appreciate, man, those Halloween specials, because cartoons during the week on a weeknight, on a school night, blows your mind. Dude.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know what's better, having, like I said, the open to just, you can pull up anything and everything, which is, it's got its pluses, but man, that anticipation, man, was mind boggling. Scooby-Doo, another massive staple, but that's just a honorable mention. Super Friends, the original 70s Super Friends show. Awesome. And this didn't make it in my 10. My gym partner's a monkey.
Yeah.
Dude, love it.
Very underrated. Very underrated. That's a sleeper.
Yeah. Another an anime. My first anime one, Big O. It's about this guy that kind of runs this big old mech, and it's awesome and it's fun. Kind of an adult. Blue Falcon. I'm gonna go get quicker here. Hanna-Barbera. Those two names, you'll see them synonymous with 60s, 70s, and 80s cartoons. Man, they did everything from the Scooby-Doos to, they had their hand in so much. Blue Falcon was a superhero, and he had this partner, Dino Mutt. Hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
When you said Dino Mutt, that made me remember.
Dino Mutt, the little robotic dog, and he was always screwing stuff up, but and then Blue Falcon went up saving. And Blue Falcon looked cool, man. He had a cool outfit, all that cool car. Space Ghost, and we're not talking Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which was hilarious, but Space Ghost, which was an actual cartoon part of the Space Stars, because it had the Herculoids and it had the Space Teens and different things, but it was a good show, man. I wish that would be something that I think that if they took it to pen and wrote out a script, I think that I think it would be successful, because I think you'd have a lot of Gen Xers, and some of those younger that may have sat through, the Coast to Coast, which if you ever seen Space Ghost Coast to Coast, it's almost kind of like a cartoon talk show. It's like he look, sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
He'll have guests on. Some of them are his old enemies. It's just a goofy show. Laugh Olympics, which was kind of like they had these shows that were like all the cartoons of that certain guy, of that certain artist would come together, blah, blah, blah. So Ben 10's in my honorable.
Yeah.
Uncle Grandpa. I loved it.
Did you really?
I loved Uncle Grandpa.
I didn't even know what that is.
Dude, just because of the tiger, dude. The tiger was awesome.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
And then one that I had, but I took it out, Samurai Jack.
I actually was going to mention that too. Samurai Jack was great. That was a really
Jandy
cool
Tartakovsky, Dexter's Laboratory, all that, just phenomenal. But Samurai Jack was great, and I loved it. Now I've got on here well, they're pretty much both of them, but they're in my honorable mention: Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and Avengers Assemble. So,
dude, I'm really intrigued what your top 10 is going to be.
And then Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, funny.
Really funny. Then another one that's in my honorable mention, and man, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, phenomenal.
I don't know if that would count more as like an anime, but like but Dragon Ball was great.
Yeah, I mean, but they show every version and rendition here,
right?
And run the whole seasons and everything. And then one that was really good, and it was on HBO Run, and it is so comic book accurate down to the art and everything, even to some of the gruesomeness of it. But Spawn is an excellent character.
I never watched Spawn.
Fantastic, but super good.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay.
Meat and potatoes.
All right, meat and potatoes.
Awesome.
So number 10, and this was tough. Number 10, and again, you're going to see in mine a lot of nostalgia, a lot of what I believed was just some of the greatest, and some of the things, and just the run of these series and the seasons, and just how good they were, But number 10, G.I. Joe.
Okay. Yeah.
Real American hero. You couldn't. I mean, dude, you could not. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That was fun.
You related and you found the guy that you liked, whether it was Duke, and who everybody was on the Snake Eyes, train. So, Snake Eyes.
His helmet down there.
Snake Eyes was awesome. Just, G.I. 10 G.I. Joe. 9. Now, this is going to be really weird, but Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay. That's a phenomenal great.
But the Gene Deitch era, there was an era, there's been many artists and everything, but there was an era that was the artist and I guess the storyteller Gene Deitch, who it was like a very fast-paced cartoon. Ooh, super violent, dude. The slapstick in it was hilarious and everything, but it just there's this one where Jerry is trying to get into this house because it's freezing out and he dresses up like a ghost. Dude, if I saw that right now, I'd be on the floor laughing.
Yeah.
Just, you see cartoons go through different artists and things like that, but sometimes, man, it's just a certain one that just really hits you.
Yeah.
But Tom and Jerry, and then that one, there's a lot, I see the videos of Jerry's little country singer, uncle coming in there, it's just hilarious, man.
Yeah.
So 9, Tom and Jerry. 8, Archer. Archer was...
Wow, I forgot about Archer.
Archer is...
That show's funny.
Dude.
I remember watching that. I was probably way too young to watch that with you, but I remember watching that with you, and dude, it was fun.
I can't remember his name. H. John Benjamin. I know the guy's last name is Benjamin. He's the guy that does Bob. He, plays the dad's voice, Bob's Burger. He just has a very iconic voice.
Yeah.
And Bob's Burger is hilarious too.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Funny.
I didn't even think about that. Okay. So 7... I was trying to go back and forth, but I've got Batman Brave and the Bold over Batman the animated series. And I know
the animated series on there.
It's 7. I mean, I was going to go with Batman animated series, and I just started putting too much thought into Brave and the Bold, and I just loved. My reasoning for Brave and the Bold is because they brought back the blue and gray Batman. Right. It's almost kind of basically like the Adam West campy 60s Batman, but in cartoon form.
Yeah.
And they brought back, and all of the bad guys looked like the old Rogues Gallery of the cheeseball, 60s show. But then they would bring back the golden age look, costume and everything of some of the most obscure, heroes, and he would partner up with them. And I just thought it was really cool. Plus it's got one of the best theme songs and everything and stuff. But Diedrich Bader, he does a lot of voices, and he's been on TV shows and things. He does the voice of him, and I love that show. Mm-hmm. So 7. 6, Chowder.
Yeah.
So Chowder, man. I mean, the memories of sitting there, it was so funny to grow up with you guys because, man, I'd be locked in on them, and I almost darn near felt sort of dirty about it. Like, man, should I be, I'm sitting there watching these teen shows and stuff, Pair of Kings, hilarious.
Pair of Kings, wow, that's a good one. Yeah.
And nobody, and Kicking It. No one, I mean, nothing was funnier than Kicking It.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that would be, Kicking It would probably be in my top 4 or 3 of if we did like live action or real or TV shows for kids, it would be up there.
Yeah. Kicking. Oh yeah, dude. Kicking It most definitely. So what was that? 7?
No, 6.
5. 90 Spider-Man.
I knew that was going to be up there.
Yeah.
I wanted to put that up there, but I kind of went more of like just the kids route of what I grew up on, because I did grow up with that.
Sure.
But that would be that was in my top. I think that was in my top of Marvel projects because of how good it was. But yeah, no, great.
just so good. And I think it set such a bar for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It really did, because the way that they did the bad guys, and the stories too, you saw all the stories, and you had Wilson Fisk in there, he was a huge bad guy in that Spider-Man series for the longest time, and then of course season. Everybody else, all of that. So
like Rhino was working for him at one point. Like
all
it was,
that,
it was really
and
good.
then it even led you into the whole Madam Web fiasco, of showing you that this Spider universe per se is like just huge, so super good. Love that. 5. So 4, my X-Men, my 90s X-Men.
Right.
Yeah. What can you say?
Literally nothing.
I mean,
it's perfect. Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
I saw the new season. Oh yeah, I was going to mention that earlier too. The new season is coming out. They're bringing on the big A. They're bringing on Apocalypse, and so that's going to go every which way and sideways and then some. So it's going to be a good storyline, and they all get new uniforms. You see Storm in the black. You see Wolvie in the brown and yellowish. Oh yeah, man, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Man. Fantastic. So 4. So that was X-Men. All right, the big 3.
Top 3.
You probably already know, and I'll let you do the same thing. So 3, Voltron, man. Voltron was there. 3 and 2 are the ones that when I got out of school, dude.
Yeah.
We were booking it to the house. The only time we would stop is, of course, because we were kids and we always wanted to be jacked up on candy. But if we had extra money, we had to stop at the corner market there. We had to stop and grab some snacks and everything, and then we'd just beat cheeks home and sit there, pop it down, and man, dude, it was on Voltron, man. I am still today craving. I want the Voltron figure, for a display and all that stuff. I love it, man. Let's see here. Number 2,
Thundercats.
Yeah,
there it is. Yep.
Thundercats.
I was getting nervous for a second.
Yeah.
But I knew that was coming.
I can't remember the guy who did Lionel's voice, but he was so iconic. I mean, he did other things and stuff like that, but just a great story. I mean, just all the stories, goofy characters. Don't get me wrong.
So zany.
There was a little bit of that, and they reintroduced it with a little bit more of where Lionel was kind of younger, and he's actually, they really played up the royalty kind of thing in this remake, but the original with them on the planet, and just the thing about a lot of these shows back in the 80s and everything, they had a lot of the same thing. Some of these adventure shows, you had He-Man had Orko, just these goofy whatever guys, like the little side characters, and then in what's one? Thundercats. They had Snarf, this little weird looking. I mean, so the recipe is what I should be saying. The recipe is there, and a lot of them, followed that. There was so many of those cartoons that had that kind of same setup and everything. So, but Thundercats, man, will always be.
You want me to guess the one?
You already know it.
I already know it.
Go ahead.
Transformers.
More than dude.
So I mean, good,
just
just perfect, dude. So fun.
You mean wait? You mean that diesel truck? You talking about that 18-wheel transforms on a robot?
Yeah. Where's it? It's right there.
I mean, dude, just. There was a show on Netflix that talked about toys and stuff, and they talked about Transformers, and they talked about all that, and they talked about how GoBots was, and if you look at GoBots and look them up, it's like, I mean, not even close to the complexity of some of these Transformers and everything, like I literally would have a stroke trying to transform Megatron. Megatron was a gun. And now some of them were dumb. Some of them were pretty rough.
Yeah.
There's this guy named Skylynx, and all you did was basically open the nose cone of a jet, and I'm like, okay, this one's stupid.
Yeah.
Not Wheeljack, but what was the medical doctor's name? Ratchet and Ironhide. Horrible. They were minivans that transformed. Horrible. And Megatron. I love Megatron. Great character and all that. But the toy, look it up sometime. It looks goofy as all get out.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, even more specific, my Dinobots, love those guys and stuff, So, Transformers. And, there September will be their 40th anniversary of the movie. So, man, I can't wait to hear that theme song again. That's why I sent you that video the other night of, Steph's like, what are you doing? I said, shh.
Yeah.
So fun stuff, man. And then all the toys and things, and one thing too, and I know we got to get going, but what cracks me up and I love it is the toys that came from this. And again, that's even something now that I think is so like sort of to a degree lost.
Yeah.
Yes, you want your collectibles and things. You see those scalpers. And if you're over there buying 50 boxes of Pokemon, just, and if you're a grown man and you're buying all that, just go ahead and turn in your testicles and just go to the convent, because that's absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely. So, and that's at John Mai at, because that is, so, but I relate to that. But anyway, you would get the toys, dude. It would be a buzzsaw whenever I got a new Star Wars guy, man. And you could see the Star Wars characters, dude. I mean, no joints. It's basically dude. 4 chunks, sometimes 5, but 4 chunks of plastic. Yeah, look at Han, dude. Han looks like he should get the special parking space. You know what I mean? But they also have his arm crooked because of him shooting Greedo, because that's him from New Hope. So anyway, they had their thing. Yeah. But anyway, the toys, man, you appreciated the toys and stuff. So man, good stuff.
Great list. Yeah. A lot of fun.
Can I say something else real quick? Dude, I'm going to tell you what was really funny that I was thinking about, and I saw somebody talk about this like a long time ago. So in the 80s, whenever you had something come on out, and a lot of my Gen Xers, and you probably had some stuff in the 90s too. But it was so funny to see the most hardest of our movies produce toy lines. Give
me an example.
Okay. RoboCop. If you've ever seen the first RoboCop, pretty brutal.
Maybe like Terminator. Did they make anything like that for like Terminator?
Yes, Terminator they did. Yep. Rambo. Rambo's soloing, plugging dudes with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And they're giving and there's a shirtless guy about the same size as that with a headband on. And he's just, like that always has cracked me up that, man, anything to make a few bucks off of this movie, and it was just good memories, man. Anyway, I just thought that was a funny topic.
No, that's funny. Oh, man, that was great. That was a good list, man. I think we had some pretty good lists. Very versatile, very different.
And not even, honestly, dude, that was like even my honorable mentions, just tip of the mountain, man. Yeah. Some of those ones.
I mean, there's too many to pick from. Yeah. There's so many peak cartoons and there's so many good quality cartoons, and that it's impossible to pick 10. But we just picked 10 of our favorites that we love.
Yeah, so. I would love doing the list. You guys come up with some options or some things that you like to see.
For sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, please. Absolutely. If there's any other list ideas that you guys have, please let us know.
Yeah.
Because we love doing these lists. Are so much fun. We love seeing the difference between what my era and what I enjoy versus what he enjoyed in the 70s and 80s and stuff. So,
and that's I told him too earlier in the week. I said, man, let's get more involved. Let's try to do some things that people may want to just hear some silly, opinions about, and lists and hot takes and things like that. That's what makes it fun, man. That's what makes it fun.
So to piggyback off that, just thank you so much for watching and stuff. As always, the Discord is in the description, so you guys can join. Ask questions, give your hot takes so we can laugh at your expense and tell you how wrong you are. And vice versa, tell us how wrong we are when we give you guys some crazy opinions too. But thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun. And next week.
You know what we didn't even talk about? Spider-Man Noir.
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. No. We'll do that when you watch it.
Together? We'll do it together?
We'll do it when you watch it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because I'm still about only 3 or 4 in. So anyway, go ahead.
Sweet. Yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. It was a lot of fun. And, as always, again, join the Discord and give us some ideas and just let us know what you guys want to see. So we appreciate it.
See you.
See you.